I am Phoebe Swill. My show is called the Phoebe Swill Platform, and on my show, we discuss everything human interest issues ranging from entertainment, politics, sports, you name it, that can get you excited and entertained. We discuss it all on the Phoebe Swill Platform.
Proudly brought to you by Salon Jamboree.
And yes, it's the Phoebe Swill Platform, and today's discussion is going to be about something that most people are talking about right now. A lot of ladies have been fighting against this, and some are fighting for. Well, today we're talking about female genital mutilation, that's FGM. Some people call it FGC, and in Sierra Leone, it's generally referred to as the Bondo Society. Now, there are two schools of thought. There are people who want FGM to stay and continue to be part of our traditional practices, and there are others who think it's just too harmful, it shouldn't stay, it should be banned. Well, today to further that discussion here, I have Jaka Kouma. She's actually from Girls Empowered, and she's one of the people fighting against FGM. She wants it to be banned. I also have Christiana Yila. She's from Forum Against Harmful Traditional Practices. And to have this conversation now, we also have all the women from the Bondo Society is always represented here, and we're all going to hear from them today. Why should it be banned, or why should it stay? To start the conversation, Jaka, why do you want FGM to be banned?
Hello everyone. Phebe, the whole FGM, I usually try to differentiate FGM and Bondo Society, because FGM, when you consider the sexual violence, the human rights violence, child abuse, the trauma that these girls have to go through, this initiation process, it's really bad for them. It leaves them in a state where for the rest of their lives they will have to be telling the stories of the traumatic experience and everything. While it's Bondo Society, there are other things that you teach girls. Traditional things, how to take care of your home, your husbands, your children, and everything. And usually before Mamio's time, initiation into Bondo Society takes over a year. And now, they have 7 days, 8 days, 9 days. So all what they do is the cutting. That's all what they see now in the books.
And you say you're trying to differentiate FGM from Bondo. FGM is part of Bondo. It's the main part of Bondo. So how can you separate the two?
FGM is just a cutting. Just a cutting to, in the sense they're doing it to deprive women of the sexual relation. Saying that when the girl is cut, they can be able to be faithful to their husbands. They will know how to take care of the home. They will be a good woman.
And you disagree?
I disagree with that completely, 100%.
Why
Cut
do you
a
disagree?
woman. You don't have to cut a woman to make her a good woman. Give her education. Education makes a woman empowered. Education empowers girls in Sierra Leone. But if we say we're concentrating on FGM, which is practiced from the society, if we say we're concentrating on that as a way of empowering women, yes, before that was a way of empowering women, because women were just home, nothing, there was no education. So what Mamioko was saying was, I'll bring these women, teach them these things just to empower women in society, to give them voice. And during that time, we have female chiefs. And that was a way, because when women have the Bondo Society, it was a way of them to empower themselves, way to settle disputes. But now there's nothing like that in the Bondo Society.
When it comes to you, Christiana, why do you consider Bondo, FGM, being part of the traditional harmful practices?
And good afternoon, viewers. For me, Bondo, as a victim of FGM, Bondo is a tradition of society. And the days of Mamoko, as Jaka said, the Bondo was the place where girls are to be prepared taking care of their homes, their husbands, and also to contribute in their community so that their voice can be heard. And during that time, when they are being taken to Bondo Society, sometimes they take care for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. For example, in my case as a victim, when I was initiated with Bondo and FGM or FGC, I was taken there when I was in class 6, 1983, and I was caught. 1 week I was bleeding, and I was not with myself. And we took 3 months into the society, where we are taught how to take care of our husbands, how to fish, making fishing nets, and all the rest. But today, Bondo is different. When girls are taken, we have 4-month-old girls, 5 years, 17, 10, and the rest of it. So in other words, the Bondo is not in existence anymore. It's just a person that this practitioner has just interested in.
And Jaka, what do you want to be eradicated? Is it the FGM aspect of the Bondo Society or the Bondo Society itself entirely?
Well, if you look at this whole debate, we that are fighting against FGM, what they usually tell us is you're doing it because of white man. The white people are trying to bring the ways of life to us and they're trying to change us. My own concern is in maybe 20 years' time.
But sorry to interrupt you, my dear. FGM is not only practiced in Africa or with black people.
No,
white people practice it.
But we should know that there is no human rights violations there. Because they pay money, they go willingly. They are not grabbed at night, forced, no professional. The people who do it for the white people, it's the decision. That's for them. These same white people say, oh, you're doing it for the white people. Okay, we're Africans. At the end of the day, I don't want to see Sierra Leone as a developed African country with no tradition. If we look back and we look at our history, we look at it and say, oh, everything is lost. We lost everything. So that's what I'm saying. At some point, we need to look at tradition. Every tradition, the foundation of every tradition is love. But if that love is lost, then I think we should take the things that actually is affecting this whole election. It's the number one, the major issue in the Bondo Society.
Jaka, to someone who might be looking at you right now and growing up with the opinion that, okay, I don't really you've not been a victim of it, you're just talking for talk's sake, how would you react?
My grandma, she's a soldier. My mom, she went through the Bondo Society. And when we were kids, she always told me and my sister that don't ever really go into grandma. If she tells you, come and take chicken, come and eat chicken, don't ever do that. Because that's what they tell us. And she went there, she saw. 3 days ago, I had this case of girls, 10 girls in the black house. The oldest was 23 years old. And she had her 2 sisters, the youngest was 10 years old. And she was, the second one was 17 years old. They were initiated last month in the black house, 10 and 17. So if we're saying we have a law that bans underage initiation, the Maputo Protocol, which bans underage initiation, why is it that we're still having 10 years old? The girl told me that one of the girls, she was 14 years old, she was passing by the horse to buy charcoal, and they grabbed her forcefully. So if we're screaming that, they're saying, oh, because I have a program also where they mention that with the tourism, where they mention that the government has told us to have signed laws that we will not cut below 18. So they need to give account of all this cutting. It's taking place 28-year-old, she was caught forcefully. Yes, she's over the age of everything. Oh, let's forget about FGM. Human rights violations. You can't do that. Even if she's 20, even if she's 30, you can't do that. You need to ask for consent.
For you, Christiana, you are a victim of FGM. During the Bondo Society, how would you summarize the benefits and the disadvantages? Which one do you think is over the top?
The disadvantages are so many. For example, as a victim, as I told you earlier on, when I was initiated, I was seriously living with me. And simultaneously to present as I'm talking to you now, I don't love eating banga. For example, banga, boil it and push it on it. Because whenever I do it, I just think back the day I was initiated. That's one.
So you're saying it affects you psychologically as well?
Yeah. And again, whenever I give her to my child, the passage and the child also needs to be added because of the supposition I do. So every time I give birth to my three children, that always happens. And I think it's a very bad experience. And at the age of 35, as I was talking to you of 40, I don't have solid sense. Yeah. Because of what happens to me, because of the pain.
Well, is that not what they said are good things, more the reason why they are doing that to the girls of the Bondo? So you stay faithful to your partner?
For me, it's not good because sometimes I thought within myself that I want to spend my husband. So for me, it's not good.
Okay, it's the Swill platform and we're talking about FGM. Now, to know more about this, there's a doctor, yes, a woman herself, who is from Sierra Leone, who did a short video for us on that. We'll get to see what she told us to learn about FGM, and just following that will be a testimony of another victim, another age girl who's now suffering childbirth and all other issues as a result of FGM. Stay with us.
My name is Comfort Momo, and I run a support service for women and girls who've been through female genital mutilation, FGM. When they come to the clinic, they are so frustrated, they are so upset that this has happened to them, in the sense that this was done by their family. There are 4 main types of female genital mutilation. The first type is when the clitoris, which is the top part of the private part, has been removed completely or half. When again the clitoris has been removed and then the inner lips, which is also known as labia minora. Where the clitoris has been removed, the inner lips, and then they remove the big lips as well. And when they remove everything, the edges are stitched together, leaving a tiny opening for the passage of menstrual flow as well as urine. Type 4 is also known as unclassified, which include pricking the clitoris, sometimes introduction of corrosive materials to the vulva area, or tattoo, cutting into the flesh or the rugae or the floor of the vagina. The immediate complications include hemorrhage, excessive bleeding. When you remove the clitoris, either with scissors or with razor blade, the child or the young woman will bleed. Women who've had female genital mutilation present with recurrent urinary tract infection, vaginal infection, and this can prevent women from getting pregnant because this will lead to infertility. Other complications include HIV because of using the same razor blade or the same equipment for girls, pain during sexual intercourse, pains when having your period, If they have had type 3 female genital mutilation, we have to cut them open again, because with a small tiny opening, there's no way they can have normal penetration during sexual intercourse. A child can die from the short-term effect of female genital mutilation. A mother can die during childbirth. A baby can die because of asphyxiation. FGM can kill. We need to change attitude. We need to empower women and girls. We need to end FGM now.
Very early in the morning, my mom just came to my door knocking. She said, Stella, 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 come outside, come and see something. I said, Mommy, what is it now? She said, come, come, come.
And we're not just being a part of this because we want to talk. Everyone has the right to make their choices and decisions in life. If you want to die, as well as you have a right to commit suicide, you should also have the right to determine what happens to your body or not. So yes, we're discussing FGM, and you've seen what Dr. Bondo had to tell us about FGM, rather a little too explicit. So yes, that's so you know things about FGM. You know the actual things about it, because with all the explanation, without you seeing it, especially with the medical person explaining, you will not really get to understand a lot of it. And I still have Jaka Kouma here with me and Christian Aguilar. Now, Dr. Bondo made it very clear to us, you know, with the practical examples and diagrams of how these things affect women and girls and all of it. The stories are saying it's not actually to harm the girls, it's actually to help them understand womanhood. Yeah? And Jaka, for you now, during your engagements with these people, I'm sure you've been engaging with stories as well, right? Did you ever come up with things like this to them?
Not really, but there are people, organizations that they have brought in a way to, the deputy minister, she has this school. Where is the school?
She has an organization in, and she's also a member of FAP, that's Forum Against Harmful Practice.
Okay. And when I spoke to you on the phone, you were talking about the Minister of Social Welfare and Children's Affairs, in making a trip with an escort, and you had some concerns around that.
Yeah, it's the 73rd Geneva Convention on the Committee on the Rights of the Child, where the issue of FGM was raised. And the committee were very concerned why is that Sierra Leone was still going through this process, FGM was still practicing. And the Minister of Social Welfare reply was, we are strongly against the underage. We are protecting underage girls below 18 not to go to the Bondo Society. But below, above 18, they're free to make their choices, they're free to decide what they want. That was it. And at the end of the day, if she is saying that we have a law protecting women, what can we do? Because if you're saying if we have issues of girls who are caught below 18, and if we go with these issues to the police FSU, if there is no way that they can go and arrest these stories. Because they're not properly, the laws exist. That's the thing about Swill. The laws exist, implementation, that's it. Maybe a few months ago in Waterloo, they had this issue of a young girl, and this woman, Auntie Doris, she went to the Doris. I think that's your usually, yes. She went to the FSU to complain the issue, and we told her that we don't know how to charge these people. We don't have the law that says we need to arrest them. There's no law. So if we're saying we're 18 years and above, we're only allowed 18 years and above, then let's protect the ones that are below 18. If you're activating, you're saying, you're shouting, saying, no, we won't have girls above 18, below 18, we give you that, we will tell you that we give you a award because they're children, and the committee of the obviously the concern about below 18 for children. If we're giving you an award that will only cut girls above 18. And she went with a Sowe, who also was but she did not talk on the program. But she mentioned that the SOA is strongly advocating for fellow SOAs to stop cutting girls that are below 18. I don't understand how you can say you're practicing this procedure, FGM, and then you're saying that you're convincing your SOAs to stop cutting. The problem about Sierra Leone, let's face things the way they are. If FGM is bad, it's time for community, it's time for the people to say, let's reform, let's change traditions. Let's take the good sides and leave the bad sides behind. And FGM is the bad side of it. It violates girls. It affects them for the rest of their lives.
Christina, I see you nodding like in agreement to what Jaka is saying. Now for the Bondo Society, do you think if the FGM part of the cutting is removed, Bondo is a good thing for girls?
Very good.
So what are your strong recommendations?
Bondo without cutting, as I earlier on said, FGM is very bad for girls and people. And with that, we need to stop it.
But how do you think we can be able to convince or persuade our SOAs to understand that the cutting part of it should be removed? Because these days it seems like it's the major aspect of it. How do you think we can be able to convince them that that aspect should be removed? But all the other good things about teaching them how to be a good wife, a mother, things about womanhood should be continued. How do you think we can be able to persuade them?
For us as a forum, we have been engaging them. The last engagement we had was November 18, 2015. Where we had consultative meeting with them as an aim. And there were 100 of them all over the country. And some are willing to stop, and some say not, because that is their tradition, and they need to shed blood. And if they don't shed blood, their life is at stake. And there was a survey from mom who said, unless President Kuma wants to have another Ebola, because if they stop, so we're going to cut, which means we will have a lot of them die. So which means most of them are not able to stop. And
sometimes people say it has some spiritual links, that especially the part where they take the girls to the stream to wash, some of them, develop some spiritual problems like, having demons and evil spirits going after them. You as a victim, do you see that being real?
as I told you, when I was in Chile, I've been in the Bondo for 3 months. I've never seen anything spiritual in the Bondo. It's just a belief. It's a belief. When you have a belief about a particular thing, that if I don't cut, I will die. That's what happens to you. Mind you, the tongue is very, very powerful. When you prophesy, this happens. But I think we have been engaged in them. They promise that they are going to stop, but they will never. So what I'm saying, as the girl just said, Bondo, age of 4 months old, 13 years, 14, 18, 20, it's the same thing, the same implication. So it has nothing to do with age. So what we are saying, Bondo is not good. So therefore we need to stop it.
Okay. Jaffa, now in your conclusion, the people say Bondo has some spiritual negative impact on the victims. And when you look at the Bible as well as the Quran, according to people who read both books, there is nothing in such books that says women should be circumcised. It only recommends that men should be circumcised. So in your conclusion, what would be your recommendations?
Let me address this issue about male circumcision in women and female circumcision. Male circumcision, it's proven that there are no effects, and it's only the outer layer that's taken out. So how can we, and they're not, and it's done for the good for them, it's done to enhance, obviously men will say yes, going through circumcision has helped me in my life, and there's no effect so far. If you check the effect, it's very, guys who are not certain size. They are the ones who are having effects. And for women, when you cut them, then you bring the effects to them. Then you bring the human rights violations, the sexual violations. Girls grabbing them, imagine the trauma. Feed them. Your whole lay crowd at night. This girl that told me, she said that her eyes were closed completely. They tie your eyes. Women sitting on you, forcefully doing that. For the rest of your life, you will never forget that. Never. Once for the main circle, the male circumcision, it's not like that. You don't have to go through all those horrific experiences to become a man, as a way to show that yes, you're a woman. I believe a way to show that women empower, a way to empower women is education. Education, that is the most important thing any girl can have.
And you as well see that if FGM is removed from the Bondo, it will be good for girls.
Of course, yes.
Okay, so that's the bottom line. Both of them, Becca and Christian, are recommending that Bondo is a good thing for our girls, but if the cutting aspect, the FGM is removed from it, then it's good enough for the girls. It's a Phebe Swill platform, stay with us here. And when I come back, we'll be talking to Anita Kola to be more practical about some of the cases that have been happening, reports about underage girls being reported, and we'll get to her recommendations as well as to how those cases would be prosecuted. And don't forget, we also have people here representing people from the surveys who will talk to us about why they practice it and what's the way forward. It's the Phebe Swill platform. Let's hear the testimony of the victim.
Well, that same year, I be 16 years. Now, the same year, they give me to the member. I be 16 years. All the women, the way they be in our family, they all be joined by Bondo. And I not be like the idea where they give me, because they say not the man and they can't join me Bondo. And my granny will make me, it not be there. So I not be too much glad the way they say not the man and they can't join me Bondo, and my granny not be there. But where then go join it now, I be the feel now, then I be even be one fainting at the place. It's too painful at the place, now I make her be afraid and I faint. Well, what can remember waiting be don't pass me, what can dinner school, and what they do in a class, why they think but then punishments when they go, I cry, some day I cry inside for me. My company they ask me, Adam, what happen? I know they talk. We make her whip me, I will all begin playback.
Plan is doing a lot to stop FGM. We've been involved in media advocacy, engaging the women that are heading the initiation and even the chief. Also, we've been working with children as peer educators to be able to tell their friends the implication so they will not be part of it. We also need the commitment of the government and the international community to bring out strong legislations that will help in stopping FGM.
And you're still with the Phebe Swill platform. Now I have Anita Koloma from the Girl Child Network Sierra Leone. Anita, you've been following the cases. Please update us on recent happenings on FGM cases.
Well, for me, following the FGM cases is really difficult at this time. Since I came to this country, this is only 3 months. As a child rights activist, girls rights activist, having my own organization as a country director for Girl Child Network, it's been really, really slow. Nobody cares about it. As from the different speakers, you ask about the legislation. How strong are legislation around for us to go prosecute if there is any? And what about the child's rights? What about the abuse? What about the violation around it? These are the issues. Until we get to the bottom of those issues, then there's going to be a law or legislation, whatever name you call it, to apprehend the perpetrators. And for me, the case is looking at from the most recent ones, like the Maboka case, the loss of that girl, the 40 girls in Makeni, down in Freetown. Even as I'm talking now, I'm having an 11-year-old case from my girls in Susan's Bay. I reported that. Up till now, there is nothing like social warfare, what they can do.
So all these cases you've reported,
it's not working.
Have any of them been prosecuted before?
No, it's not working. When you look at the case of that 19 years, there was another limit. A whole minister was there, where now we get a lot of things together. So we do a lot of possibility. I personally am not convinced about the possibility, and I'm not fighting about it. You look at the securities. When we talk about property, there was no proper guidance for them to do the practice. Me sitting here and a victim, my grandmother is one of the big stories from the inside. As a child growing up, I know what it means. My sister and I lost my sister, my younger sister lying there because they always get it wrong for them to do the practice. The court was so deep that it should be excessively until our aunt was more than most. So you go there and tell me about the possibility. Family is the records of the medical records. I can't say much about it because I'm not a medical practitioner. But my child protection expert professional
So how far have you taken your advocacy? So what institutions?
Wow, internationally. I've been out here. I've done a couple of interviews with the Guardian newspaper and even with the other presses. We are raising our voices as Salonians and as an African. I've traveled to Geneva as well to talk about that as young things for you. Nationally, up and down, last year in Makeni, I was trying to go out. Me advocating about celebration last quarter. I started working in this country in 2011. I have this things coming together. Some of them are my aunts, they are my grandmothers, sisters. I told them about it. We can still celebrate. You want me to buy food? We get a bag of rice, even in a car. We do our drinks. We celebrate. We give the drums of the night. All our soul is there. That's
so what do you expect from the Ministry of Social Welfare and Children's Affairs, the police force, directly to the FSU, the police force, the judiciary, and the government as a whole?
The whole thing is about those transfers. What child protection is all about? What is abuse? We need to think outside the box. The problem we are in, even this morning's forum, I keep telling you, is because we lack education. People are not honest to themselves. They are hypocrites for them to implement international laws in that. All child protection issues, they are domesticated in this country. For us to look at how traditional the laws around it, and we work around it. That's what the Geneva Convention is all about. You cannot look like England. No, I'm not an English person. But in here, we find out traditions. Last December, every year, I had 100 guys in my project. We take them to Makeni. There was them invited to schools. We come to celebrate. We call it the celebration dance party. And this year, we move into Botan. East, West, North, and South. I've been reading it in the like 2 years. So I moved last year in December.
And recently, Sierra Leone has been given the status for human rights. That's from the Liberian Institute of Human Rights. And with the celebration, is it worth celebrating? Should Sierra Leone be proud of such a report that we get today when these issues of rights violation come up with girls and women in FGM, it's not just about the age consent, it's about the willingness of whoever is going to be initiated. Because 18 years you have a choice to make. Below 18, you just don't have to wait till the child is 18. And once you're 18 and above, my body, my choices. So I choose what I want for myself and what I don't want. I want to make a tattoo with my business. I want to because it's my business. But don't force me against my will to do what I don't want. There are people who wholeheartedly love Bondo and they appreciate the FGM. I want those people to go through it. Those who don't want to be caught, let them say the way they want to say. Because my body, my choices. So if we're celebrating that we've been given the A status, I think the government should reflect back and see all these things that are not going on well in the country, all the people who are crying for their rights, how much justice has been given to them, how much intervention has been made, before we can sit down and celebrate. Thank you very much, Anita, for being a part of the Phebe platform. And we will talk a lot about those who are not willing, who have been initiated. There's a story of a lady, this video is titled Jay's story, and she is a Sierra Leonean, but she has not been in Sierra Leone for a long time. When she was young, she said she came to Sierra Leone, and she was forcefully initiated into the Bondo Society. Let's take a look at Jay's story.
I grew up in Shepherd's Bush in London. My childhood was pretty okay. My dad was Roman Catholic and my mum is a practicing Muslim. My parents were pretty strict. Being the first generation from Sierra Leone, their main concern was to ensure that I had a good education as well as my brother. My dad died very suddenly when I was 14. Maybe about 6 or 7 months after my dad died, I told my mum that I'd been sexually abused by a family member for quite a number of years. After I told her, she probably went and spoke to someone she was close to, and they probably just said, we need to do this now because she could potentially become very overly sexually active and then there'll be lots of problems. So I feel that was probably what was going in her mind as she was thinking, well, how can I protect my daughter? I was told that I was going to be part of a women's society. For some reason, I was just not overly excited about it at all. Bunch of women sitting around talking, learning how to cook. Ugh. We went to Sierra Leone during the Easter holidays to my mum's hometown. All the women came out and then we were walking through the streets. Again, I just thought, what the hell is all of this? So anyway, walked into this house and then that's when I thought to myself, something is different. I don't know what the something is. We removed our clothes and I thought, okay, maybe we're going to go to the lake and have a bath. Again, in my naivety, it was just, you just didn't really, or I just couldn't foresee that the next 10 steps that I was going to take was going to literally change my life forever. I remember somebody getting my legs and spreading my legs apart and I just thought, no, what the hell is this? And then that's when I just felt somebody cutting like my skin, and then I passed out. When I came through, I remember opening my eyes and my mum, she just looked distraught. From what I could piece together, I think my experience was so bad and I bled so much that they didn't actually think I was going to make it. So there was an element of this young girl could actually die. I would say that my 20s and early 30s really highlighted the trauma that I had been through in my teens. And then that's when the nightmares started to kick in and I started to have revisit in my mind and in my dreams about what happened during that time. As you try to understand why something's happened, you have all these questions, you want to talk about it, but there's no one really to talk about it to. You speak to your local doctor, they don't understand it. Speak to your local nurse, they don't understand it. Who do you talk to? Over the last few years, I've really taken time out to really understand who I am and understand that I am not FGM, and I'm choosing not to let how the Western world portrays FGM to blacken my days. So when people ask me, oh, do I not like my mum? How can I not like my mum? My mum made a very, as far in my humble opinion, my mum made a very difficult decision which she thought was for my best. Do I wish that it had never happened to me? Of course. But I have no hard feelings towards my mum, because as far as I'm concerned, my mum's done everything for me and I love her immensely. And I think this is the problem in the UK at the moment. They classify FGM practice as being child abuse. When you've been abused yourself, you know what abuse looks like. And I believe FGM is a cultural thing, and it's a cultural thing that you need to go and deculturalize people rather than call it child abuse. Feeling like I was this mutilated individual living in the UK was just not the way forward for me. It's not who I am.
Okay, it's the Phebe Swill platform, yeah? That's the story of Jay, how it all happened with her. Now, we cannot have this conversation all throughout without talking to our other women who are involved in this, yeah, as always. Now, to have that discussion here, I have Baomin Pa Mansaye and Aminata Sampa Olusamura. Thank you very much. A lot of times people say Bondo Society because FGM is harmful, so it should be stopped. Why do you think it should not be stopped?
Because we are society people, before we talk, we should pass a ceremony. The Bondo Society should not close because we met it. It is not something we bought. It is not something we bought. We met it with our forefathers. If it is for the money, we would not be doing it because I do business in America. I go to New York, Washington, Maryland, DC. But the society, when I met it in my family, I left everything and joined. This society, if you are a member and you fail to do it, you will die and you will paralyze. Your family member that the society will choose will also die and paralyze. It is not about the money. We met it in our culture. I will never leave it.
Now, people say that Bondo Society is good. It teaches girls how to become mothers and wives, good people in the home. But then the cutting part, the FGM, is the bad thing, and they're asking that you should stop the cutting. Do you think you can stop the cutting?
We will not be able to stop it because that is the Bondo itself. We will never stop it. It is a society. We met it in Sierra Leone. It is our culture. What we inherited, white people should not take it away from us. We didn't cut off their own culture. Our own culture, let them not cut it off. We aren't forcing anyone. This society, if it is not in your family, you will not know the problems. Just now, before I passed the ceremony, I summoned other society people because all the societies, we have demons with us. It belongs to demons. Now that I have it, when I die, it will choose someone else in my family.
So when these girls come to be initiated into Bondo, do these devils around manipulating their lives, do they transfer to the girls who are initiated?
The demons don't transfer to the initiates. It affects us the souls if we fail to initiate because we work with devils.
Because the devil there, now you work with, and the devil give them property. I will
never leave it. Sierra Leone has told us that we should wait until the initiates are 18 years old. We have agreed to that.
No join about society. Who said wrongly to that? This 18 are wrongly to that.
And even though we have agreed to that, they are still writing projects, so they will come and kill all of us. Let them leave us.
Our society.
Okay, one last thing, yeah? They say girls 18 and above, but even when you are 18 or above, you should be willing. And then now they say you initiate girls who are below 18 and those who are above 18 who are not even willing.
At 18, parents come and ask us to initiate their children. We do it. We are traditional healers. We play with leaves. That is why we have our president, Alhaji Suleiman Kaba, who empowers us. If not for him, a lot of Sowes will be dead. Because during the Ebola period, we couldn't perform our ceremonies. He was the one who helped us. He helped us handle the society.
So would you give the public and the world your word that you would only initiate girls that are 18 and above and those that are willing? Those who are willing.
Yes.
Yes, those at 18 and above who agree are those who will initiate.
I agree that
the kids agree, but these people torment them. When they have studied in London, America, FBC, they don't write projects that will help create employment or make farms. They want to use their education against Bondo to make money. Please let them leave us alone. We don't go to court. It is our society. Let them don't make all of us die together. If you want to write a project, write it. If you don't know, go and make a cassava farm up country.
And finally, for those Sowes who may be found guilty in the future, initiating girls that are under 18 or women that are not willing, what would be your recommendation? Would you agree that the law should punish them?
Any Sowe who initiates an under 18 years old girl should be punished. We have agreed to 18, let them leave us alone.
Madam, I tell you, the late president, where did he get in power? Yeah.
The late President Jankaba, when he was in power, Mami Biswat and others went to him to ban Bondo. He refused. He said it was the Sowe money that was used to pay his fees and raise him up, so he will never stop Bondo. His wife gave us low cost. They said the no Bondo will not end in Sierra Leone because they met it. The Timnis have a Bondo bush there. The Locust, the Limbas, all the tribes have at low cost. We Timnis, we initiated more than 300 in our Bondo bush. We all initiated successfully. Why should they now just be troubling us? They are telling us to leave Bondo. Let them write their projects.
Then again, would you also agree that only women who are willing would be initiated?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's what it has been here. We've heard from all the sides involved, I would say, on the program about FGM. FGM is highly linked to Bondo Society. Now you've heard everyone's opinion. The choice is yours to make. What's your decision? What's your opinion about FGM and Bondo Society? And we've heard the Sowes have agreed that they will only initiate people who are 18 years and above and those who are willing. So they have agreed here that anyone who is caught initiating a girl below 18 or a woman who is not willing should be arrested and punished. Thank you for being a part of the Phebe Swill platform. I am Phebe Swill.
Hi there, I am Phebe Swill. I am Phebe Swill. My show is called the Phebe Swill platform, and on my show, we discuss everything human interest issues ranging from entertainment, politics, sports, you name it, that can get you excited and entertained. We discuss it all on the Phebe Swill platform.
Proudly brought to you by Salon Jamboree.